This is Sligo Abbey, founded in the 13th century. Now, Andrew's in charge, and anything he doesn't know, he can make up.
Yeah, I'm good at making things up. Yeah.
Now, the first thing I notice, Andrew, is that the level of the floor in the church is a lot lower than the level up here. Now, why is that?
This became the main burial place for the town, which worked very well. Well, in 1832, there was a really severe outbreak of cholera across Western Europe, and Sligo was really badly affected. The victims of cholera were buried here in the main burial ground, and the river runs into town from here. People didn't know that cholera was passed through the water in those days. So a cycle of infection developed.
There's a really detailed record of what happened, written by Bram Stoker's mum.
Charlotte Thornley Stoker. So she was a gifted writer herself. She told a fantastic, very macabre story about the place. She recorded that for posterity at Bram's request. But he'd been regaled with her stories as a young child. He was quite sickly as a young child, and his mother told him about the really quite dreadful things she saw here. And this whole idea of the macabre and the undead, that really runs through his fiction, and Dracula's no exception to that.
Sounds very much like the arrival of COVID. There was whispers going around that this disease was arriving from China.
Exactly. I mean, the news of the cholera got here before the cholera. People were terrified before it arrived. Once it actually arrived and they saw it decimate the local population, people became very concerned. Lots of people arrived here, and the newspaper accounts at the time are really quite horrific. Yeah.
It's a really beautiful, stunning ruin, but very evocative. Now you come up the stairs, and what we're coming up to here?
So these stairs are very important. These are the stairs down to the necessarium. That's the dormitory. This is the way down to the loo in the night time.
The necessarium, what a great phrase.
Good name, bit of a mouthful. Yeah. So they would have cut a channel from the river, which would have enabled them to have their ablutions. But the river was really important. That's why we're here. They had fish weirs on the river. They weren't allowed to eat meat except on feast days, so they would have enjoyed a fish supper with some of their other produce from their farmlands.
From Bram Stoker's Dracula, we come to the loveliest bit, which is the love knot.
For local people, this mariner's knot, the true lover's knot, which they recognised when they saw it, this became a wishing stone. And if you're to be married, and you touch that, it will give you good luck in love.
So the place to come is Sligo Abbey, where you can fall in love and read about Dracula.